You're listening to Rodney Rogers Outdoors Radio, where we turn it upside down and look at the outside from the inside out. It's safe, it's legal, and we're having a blast. So put your shoes on, my friend, because we're going outdoors.
Welcome to Rodney Rogers Outdoors. I'm Rodney Rogers. That right there is my partner, Coach Easton Crime, Mike the Man Coy himself.
There's only one of the states in the United States that end with K.
Really? Arkansas? Like it now? Oh, I know.
New York.
No.
There's also only one that ends with G, and you should know this one.
Oh, I know this one. George.
Wyoming. We're 60 seconds into the show, Rodney. You've already learned something.
I have.
That's the kind of educational programming.
Funny you should say that because I've got a list of things I've learned that we're going to be talking about tonight.
You can just add two more to your list because you know the two states ending with K
you know what,
and
when you
G.
put someone in the spot like that, you go through. I was going through all 50 states in alphabetical order. I really was.
Yeah, it's not the way your brain works.
Right.
You ask me my name, and I'm like, I freeze up at some of the silliest things. Like, really? No, I know this one.
Because you'd go, whose name in this house ends with Y? And you'd be like,
Kim.
Coy.
No, that's not it.
Coy. So, welcome to Rodney Rogers Outdoors. This is our 1 hour vacation. It is also our very last show of 2015. Did you even, is that even registering? We're almost, this is it, Mike. Yeah. 59 minutes from now, we wrap it up, and we're done with 2015. And it has been an awesome 2015.
It's our third New Year's Eve episode, although it's not.
New Year's Eve.
This is Tuesday, and it is indeed Tuesday, 29th, I do believe, right? If I'm calculations
and
are
our
correct.
99th show.
Our 99th show. So if you're listening, it's Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are live.
That is not me. That is not me. Can't be me. Are
you sure that's not you?
No, I'm not sure.
That's you.
Is it me? You sure?
It's all right. Yeah, okay. You have some sort of magical.
That's an email, by the way.
Going
that it was me.
That's a great sound. You want to check that? We could.
I like to go into my emails very soft. You know what I mean? Because you know how you got some emails that just go and you go, I got an email. I like to go in, hey, I got an email.
Yeah, they all go blonk to me. All emails go blonk.
Yes, it's true. Unless it's from the Rodney Rogers Outdoors.
Yes.
And then it's a nice. See, that's the Rodney Rogers Outdoors.
But what I was going to tell the people, Rodney, if you're listening live, our phone lines are open 262-345-7763. You can call, chat, share, join, contribute.
Whatever you like. Hashtag us at hashtag on Twitter. You can tweet us at hashtag RROR. So everybody always says I use my hands a lot, and I really don't see it.
You really do.
Do I?
Yeah, I noticed that.
If I tied my hands up, I'd
take an episode and we should speed it up, and it sound you could like see the wind move.
You'd probably see like sparks and friction, air friction. So anyway, you get to hang out with us. This is our last episode for 2015. We're going to be rolling into 2016. On our first episode of 2016, we'll be having the January 5th episode, which is next Tuesday, and we invite you to hang out with us at the Gnarly Barley right here in Orlando. Google it. Mike has it on his shirt.
Don't Google it. Go to Rodney Rogers Outdoors.
Scratch that. We're going to scratch the Google thing from the record. Get on Rodney Rogers Outdoors. Click on our banner. Mike has put up a little banner, and you just click on that, and then poof, it'll take you right to where
Google is eliminating the need for friends. Have you noticed this?
Are they really?
Yeah, because have you ever asked somebody and they say you can just Google it?
That's true.
Like,
your conversation is.
I was asking you because I thought you were the expert in whatever I was asking you. Never mind.
So welcome to Rodney Rogers Outdoors. We're not going to talk about the outdoors. Just Google
it. See you later.
Have a good one. Thank you. Here.
But I asked somebody the other day, asked them a question. They're saying, just Google it. I really knew I could Google it. I just was kind of trying to interact with somebody. And
that's when you go, well, I was trying to, you really aren't very conversative. So I'd like
Who needs friends when you got Google?
Mike, I'm going to test you right now. my
Tell me why. Tell me why your thing. Why, Rodney?
Because I'm on restriction. I'm on sound effect restriction.
Because you had emails and
that's
stuff
right.
popping
Okay,
up.
yes.
You can have one or the other.
Rodney. Oh, but you know what? I had to turn everything down.
See?
Oh, I need Mike, let's do this. I got this.
I make it look so easy, don't I, Rodney?
You do, actually. And I always say, hey, give me stuff to do. You should say, here's how you should answer that. You can't even do your own stuff, and you want some of mine. That's like, when you were growing up, your mom had that bowl of cereal, but you had the same cereal.
Yeah.
But you wanted mom's cereal.
What is up with that?
Because mom
That's
can make
true.
a bowl. They got them all, the flakes all laid. Old Captain Crunch is in the perfect condition. Yeah, that's why.
We posted a video this last week. Did you see that?
Mike, that is an awesome video. If you've not seen that video, pop on our website or pop on our Facebook or our website.
Go anywhere.
Go anywhere.
Yeah.
Don't Google it.
Just
Google don't work for this particular video. And what we did is we took Mike's nephews, Andrew and
you got it.
Brantley.
There you go.
I will keep wanting to call him Bartley, but it's actually Brantley. Sorry, Brantley. And I still got my Periscope going too. And the boys were so receptive. They just wanted to have fun, and we wanted to have fun. And dude, you put that video together, and it was a lot of fun. If it looks like we had fun making it, we had a blast.
Well, what's interesting about the video is, for one, we caught fish.
Yes.
We caught some really nice fish, and the progress of the video is the progression of the day.
That's exactly right.
It wasn't edited from a point of changing the progression of the day
to make it look like it all happened.
It was it was what it was. We just put 7 hours into a 7-8 minute video. But what a great time.
Yeah. And it worked out. We couldn't have planned it that good, honestly.
And that was really
all this was on the hoof.
But we just had a blast. It was boys being boys, and we just had it was a lot of laughter.
They didn't get scared when I tossed them in the back of the truck over my shoulder.
They didn't. They were a gang ho for it.
The mom didn't get scared, did she?
Yeah, she didn't know, so we left her in the dark.
Right on. You know what I always say, Mike? Never ask for permission. Ask for forgiveness. It goes way better.
I know you say that.
Oh, for sure. I'm sorry. I was drinking and speeding and.
I know we're going to the New Year's, Rodney, but do you have any top news?
Mike, I would like to say I do. I actually let me give you some top news. I do have top news, and this question was asked to me tonight. I was obviously this weekend. I was up in Missouri with all the flooding, and the question came: how does the wildlife react to this? I mean, how does this? So the wildlife reacts. They know it's coming. They freak out. Hence, the dog's going a little crazy before all this flooding coming. Well, the flooding's coming. So, wildlife. A lot of wildlife is dies at that time. I just can't. And I've only had coffee. That is it.
Not believing here.
No nog.
Happy New Year's, Rodney.
Hey, Happy New Year's.
We toast.
They're here. We do got champagne. This is probably up and running right outdoors. We $700 bottle champagne. Yeah, that's good stuff.
So the animals freak out a little bit when the weather comes out.
Wildlife reacts to it. They actually get to higher grounds as fast as they can. Hence, turkeys up on the high ground, deer. A lot of these animals know it's coming. The water, unless it's a big gush or a big, all-in-once flood, and catches them by surprise, then they can't react. But in most cases, they know it's coming. The weather tells them. They can hear that. They have this sense that something's not right, and they move to higher ground. When the tsunami hit over in the Philippines, how the people, there's a tribe there that was not relying on technology. When they saw the animals scoot up the mountain, they go, okay, it's that time. And then they all scoot. Not one tribesman died in the flood. They saw the animals go, they went. Just to give you a quick, before I drag this on, sharks, and how we found out sharks react to hurricanes is we started tagging baby sharks, bull sharks, hammerheads. Tampa Bay is a nursery for a lot of people who don't know. So we started tagging baby sharks and tracking them. The next thing you know, 5 days out, we have this hurricane that comes in, and all these baby sharks come out of that shallow water straight to the ocean where it's safe. So, as the hurricane moves in and turns up that water and a lot of fish die, these sharks were out. 3 days after the hurricane, whoop, sharks are back in their nursery. So they know this stuff. Barometric pressure changes. Sure. There's a lot of things that happen that we're not even aware of.
Yeah.
we're so reliant on our phones and computers and people telling us that we have lost the sense of things about to hit the fan. So
that's why the more we can study them and tag them and get.
Key. Yep.
This technology is helping us learn some of these things that we would never otherwise.
And it shows another reason why wildlife is so important. These people in the Philippines relied on that. You know what I mean? That was their safety.
Sure.
Net. They didn't have the AM, FM. They didn't have people telling them. The wildlife told them, and they followed. So
yeah,
another reason. I mean, there's a lot of things we don't pay attention to, and that's one of them. So
checking in with the FWC on some of the recent news. They're looking for information regarding a stolen buck in Leon County.
I found $5 on the road.
I think it's a different one. They're just looking for one.
I'll give a buck.
Check this out.
Okay.
Leon County, an 8-point buck was stolen out of the back of a hunter's truck in Tallahassee on December 20th in the parking lot of an Outback Steakhouse between the hours of 8:30 and 9:30 p.m. while he was away from his vehicle.
We got a question. Who kills a deer and runs straight to the Outback to celebrate, Mike? I think we need to get a priority straight.
I wondered that myself.
Roll, I killed an 8-point buck. Hey, let's go to Outback.
Did you just roll in and leave it in the parking lot? That would be a very strange thing.
Now, was it a record buck or just a buck in general?
They're looking for somebody who stole a buck, Rodney. Do you know him? If you don't, then that article doesn't apply to you.
Once, and he's in jail, so I don't know what the fine for a buck is.
Just $1. Seasonal grouper closes starting January 1 in the Atlantic. Monroe County waters. Did you know that, Rodney?
Yes, the Gulf closed last week or a week and a half ago. The Atlantic closes, January the 1st. So get out there and get your grouper now. It's important that we follow these guidelines.
You know, it's really important that you do, because these things change.
Oh yeah,
they're by the time you get one of the hunting seasons
figured out,
you know, these things cascade, and all these things are important. I subscribe to the FWC, their law enforcement.
And they send you the emails, and
I'm intrigued by these things.
Yeah,
you know, and I don't know why. It's like watching online version of Cops. I wanted to highlight one or two just to read tonight.
Let's do it,
because this is available for anybody. But again, and I highlighted 3 consecutive bad guys stories here.
Bad boys thing.
They're just snippets. But my point is, I just picked 3 in a row, and they were all fascinating. And this is pages full of stuff divided up by counties.
Now, that's the one where it's divided by counties, and they tell you the top, or they tell you the infraction, or
and they tell you the scenario. But listen to this, and I'll stop if it gets boring. But let me just tell you a couple of these, because I really find this interesting. And it just reinforces the reason to be in the know on these guidelines and the rules and regulations and what you're doing. Some are obvious, some are not so obvious. Officer McDonald probably knows me.
You can get Mike at RodneyRogersOutdoors.com.
And the crew of the the crew of the offshore vessel Osprey were on patrol in federal waters approximately 18 miles off the coast of Ponce.
Oh, I know this story.
When they intercepted a vessel returning from offshore fishing. The boarding team, comprised of Lieutenant Lee, Captain Franklin, and Major Boyd, inspected the vessel and found them to be in possession of 7 red snapper, which are prohibited to possess in federal waters. They were also in possession of 19 undersized gray triggerfish, 2 undersized black sea bass, and 4 undersized vermilion snapper.
Everything they had was illegal.
The captain was issued federal citations for all the violations.
Now, let me point that out. Remember, if you're in federal waters, you are subject to federal laws versus the state waters and the state laws. You think you just got an undersized fish. You got a federal case against you now. So it's a big deal.
You got to know where you're at.
Yeah. Same way with, like ducks or gators, anything that's federally watched, migratory birds, alligators, things like that. Be ready for it.
I mean, things like this is reason alone sometimes, if you're in doubt, to hire a guide.
You hit it right on the head. You hit it right on the head.
Let their knowledge lead the way.
Absolutely.
Go on a carefree. Here's another one from Brevard County. And this isn't old news. This is recent stuff. These are put out, I think, maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. Yeah. Brevard County, while working at the Brevard County boat ramp, Officer Boheen observed a man catching mullet
Rhapsody?
with a cast net. The man was
Bohemian
keeping the
Rhapsody.
mullet alive in a 5-gallon bucket. The officer followed the man. Not over my head. I'm just not listening.
Okay,
Rodney.
okay. I'm sorry.
Two separate things.
I got
He
you.
followed the man where he left the boat ramp and watched as he entered a bait store and placed the mullet into the shop's supply of bait for sale. The officer contacted a plainclothes FWC officer and directed him to enter the bait shop and purchase some of the mullet.
Now, hold that thought.
Holding.
Now, what did he do wrong? For those of you listening, they're like, well, you can't do that?
Okay.
You see if I hit it on the close. I'm not familiar with this. He did not have a commercial license to sell that to the bait shop, correct? I mean, I'll let you finish reading.
Yes, that definitely ties in.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. And part of I kind of wish they'd go into some more of the detail, the behind the scenes, but they just kind of, it's a synopsis more or less. Right. When the officer entered the bait shop, the fisherman/employee not only told the plainclothes officer he would sell him some of the mullet, he also told him if he purchased the mullet directly from him, bypassing the bait shop where he worked, he would give him a better price. The fisherman was cited for commercial harvest of mullet without a commercial fishing license. You nailed it. And restricted species endorsement. The bait shop was issued a warning for not having a wholesale dealer permit.
Wow. Yeah. I wanted to test my knowledge.
I mean,
on that. I kind of see where this
is chat. I want to do one more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I humor me?
That's awesome. Man.
I like to read. My reading's getting better the more I practice.
Yeah.
It's therapeutic for me.
Your vowels and consonants.
But again, these are
well.
not selected. Thanks for the compliment on my consonants. Lieutenant Bonds was on an airboat patrol during a night hunting detail on Brevard Indian River and Osceola counties.
Yeah.
Your stomping territories, right?
Yeah, that's it.
During this detail, he observed an airboat operating on the Upper St. John's WMA Wildlife Management area using a light in a manner capable of disclosing deer. The suspect airboat stopped
shining deer
at one of the occupants. And one of the occupants discharged a single rifle shot.
Yeah, you just screwed up a consonant.
The airboat. my consonants are on trial tonight, Rodney. The airboat was operated to the location where the light was fixed upon and retrieved something from the marsh. Lieutenant Bonds followed the suspect airboat back to their camp, where he made contact with the occupants. Fresh blood was found in the vessel. However, he was unable to locate a deer or the firearm used in the commission of the crime. Sensing deception from the suspects, the lieutenant called the canine officer.
Said, hey, we got a missing buck.
Arrived as a backup short time later. Detailed investigation
See what I did there?
Revealed.
Sorry. Revealed.
This ends in somebody dying.
Oh.
Is it so funny now?
No, it's not funny at all, Mike.
They didn't really die.
I'm sorry. So they brought a canine officer out, a tracking dog. Hey, cheers, Mike.
Hey, when they bring out the canine.
Oh, yeah. It's about to get real.
Yeah, it's real.
You know what? They're going to find out. Now I'm kind of interested, man. I'm excited. I want to know the end of the story. All
right. Short time later, a detailed investigation revealed a hidden deer. Surprise. And a rifle belonging to the suspects. As a full result, confessions were obtained from both suspects. Citations were issued for taking a deer out of season, and the deer and rifle were taken as evidence.
The boat wasn't? That surprises me. Maybe it wasn't paid for. That's the behind the scenes I want to see.
Yeah, there's a lot of details. I mean, certainly this officer is not getting away with just writing this one paragraph. This is certainly just a capsulized.
Yeah, just a quick note.
That was 3 consecutive paragraphs here on this. That is literally pages and pages.
What did you subscribe to that you're getting that?
I just click on things, Rodney.
You are a clicker.
I just go on and
begged as a clicker.
Click on things.
That's all you was. That man.
You know what? I really need to find. The internet. Next thing you know, you're learning about things you weren't even sitting down to learn about. But there was a link from the FWC website, and this comes to me on my smartphone, and I get it in email.
Whatever that is, I want to find it. I like that
because it's very readable. It's not. It's very. This is the officer sitting down, I think, and doing a synopsis.
And you know what's funny is you don't see that if you don't hear about it. You just assume everybody's within the law. I mean, it's just
and they give names.
Oh yeah, they break you down.
You're
the guy.
They're disclosing on
They
here.
punch you out. They're like, hey,
I'll find this. I'll put a link on there because this is it's good reading. And again, it reinforces the importance of knowing what's going on.
Yeah,
just don't grab a gun or there is. we want our idea from the beginning is to break it down and make it simple, but
yes,
to not also don't be ignorant about it.
yeah.
I mean,
And I'll
this is
tell
where
you,
come in place.
on that note, I'm going to resort back to our video when you said keep it simple. We took those boys fishing that day. We fished the whole day with 2 lures.
Yeah.
Andrew had one, and Brantley had one. That's it.
And there's only 2 felonies committed. I think one was kidnapping.
Well, kidnapping was definitely up there. I think
It really had nothing to do with the FDBC. I don't think they weren't looking for that.
They weren't looking for that. But yeah, I mean, just and it's like you said, we just try to keep it simple here. Hunting, fishing, you name it, we can do it.
I'll place that link where people can easily
that'd be
access
awesome,
it.
because I want to hit it myself. I want to hit that link. I'm gonna hit that link.
Hit it, buddy. So what else is going on?
So, man, I just want to touch base. Did you hear about the scout guy, the scout leader that took some boys on a hike in Oklahoma and kind of went up the mountain and went inside of a bear cave?
No.
You didn't hear about that? Well, he woke the bear up. There was a hibernating bear in there. And the 911 call was actually on the radio. And all you hear him says, "Man, I'm so sorry. What happened?" "Well, I got attacked by a bear. I went into his den and woke him up."
Really?
Yes. He even kept apologizing. The poor guy kept apologizing. They're like, "Dude," or it's New York. He's like, "Dude, Upper New York. I'm sorry." And he says, "Quit apologizing. Where are you? We need to find you." Yeah. Guy gets in there, wakes up, this time of year, it's hibernation time. Bears do wake up, so,
Wow.
don't just go crawling in holes. You don't know what they are.
Let's play that phone call. I think we have it here now, don't we?
Do we?
No.
Yeah, probably. Still don't have it.
Not my fault.
Oh, it's not your fault? Okay, hold on. Okay.
Here we come.
Ready? That's what I got.
All that for that. Worth the wait.
It makes it that much better here. And then the finale.
That's our New Year's Eve celebration right there. Yes, Todd, I will indeed share that link for that reading. I'll make sure it's up there.
Yeah, that's awesome. So if you're watching us, if you're not watching us live, I just want to throw this out there. We are on iTunes. You can get us at Rodney Rogers Outdoors on our iTunes. Did that even make sense? The other way around. If you're listening to us, you can watch us live on Rodney Rogers Outdoors.
I've got a head cold, so if I'm messing up, I'm blaming it on that.
Consonants. Establish your consonants,
isn't it?
Establishment. That's what it's all about.
Do you feel like doing some emails,
Dude,
some commercials?
we
and
got
take
some
some commercials, then do some emails. And...
Let's I'll tell you what. Let's do some emails.
Okay.
Then we'll go to commercial, and then we'll come back in and we'll talk about our year.
Let's do some emails, and you'll be glad that I know that I got the old theme song back.
You've got mail.
There we go. We get love it. We get love it.
Whoa, yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Send me an email with all the details.
Another freaking email. Another freaking email song.
Mail time. The mail's here.
On a top flight, hold you tight, get you there, but they
I love it.
you right overnight mail.
I like that. We don't even have to add to it. That's perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And we're out and to commercials. Rodney, you've been to the Rodney Rogers website, right?
Yes, I have.
I'm going to spring something new on you. I don't like to do this to you on the air,
Really?
but I want to share something with you I'm
Okay.
excited about.
You got it.
If you'll turn your head to your left, to my right, on the Rodney Rogers,
Rodney Rogers?
the Rodney Rogers
Don't
website.
do the Rodney
That's
Rogers.
all about. If you look over here,
Yes. Uh-oh.
if you click on that,
No way.
if somebody goes to the Rodney Rogers Outdoors website and clicks on the button that says if you are on your computer or an Android phone,
Nice.
you can click and leave your message directly on the website.
Dude, you can send a voice message.
You can. So, for example, I have one here. We have one. So it's
Let's do it.
Hey, Rodney, it's Mike. Hey, I was just testing out our new feature on our website on the ability to leave voicemails or questions directly on the homepage of our website. So while I'm here, let me ask you a question. Is it really possible for you to look at a lake and know basically what kind of fish are going to be in that lake just based on the surroundings, the vegetation?
That is an absolutely awesome question. Yes, you can. There are going to be extra species in there that you're really not sure of, But yeah, you can look at a lake, and basically you got to judge that on what area of the state or what state that you actually live in. We're not going to have smallmouth bass because they just don't grow down here. You're not going to find them, not even in North Florida. The temperatures are just way too different. So when you look at a lake and you see vegetation, there's a good chance you're going to have bass and bluegill. Start looking at the bait, the shoreline. If it's semi-clear, look for beds, little deep holes, and you can find. Actually, I need to post. You can find bass beds, old ones or new ones, crappie or panfish beds. They all their beds are in an area. There's like 20 or 30 small beds in the same area, so you got panfish or just one deep crater. I mean, just a real deep hole, and you got tilapia. So yeah, there's ways to look at a lake by walking through it, looking at it, and determine what type of fish you got out there.
Geographical is one of the first areas to hone that in a little bit.
Absolutely. So soon as you look at it,
can you tell this lake's going to be ridden with catfish?
No, you can't really.
Not really.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Catfish are hit or miss. So a lot of times you have catfish, and you just don't see them on the banks, or you don't see catfish beds or nothing like that. So yeah, I mean, in most cases, you can read a lake just by walking at it.
Okay.
So that goes back to how to age it and all that good stuff that we've talked about, and we can do that again.
Okay.
But yeah, you pretty much can.
Good.
And you're always going to find that extra little species that you're going to find in there. Pickerels.
Okay.
Stuff like
Well,
that.
We've got a couple more legitimate emails. But back to this new feature on the website.
Dude,
this is
that
accessible
awesome.
from your desktop computer as well as your mobile phone. Let me say this technical jargon, but is a Flash utility. iPhone users still does not have Flash. You have to download an external app called SpeakPipe. That message was left from my iPhone.
That was my
standing in the
boy
parking
back
lot
in the
today.
day.
SpeakPipe. But if you just click on the thing, it opens up the app, and you can just talk, and you don't have to put a
That
address or
is
anything.
awesome.
Talk, leave your message, hang up, and you're done.
Somebody go to your website right now. Leave us something. Ask us a question.
So if you don't want to type or Twitter, or there's one more way you can interact with us and leave a voicemail, and we can play your messages directly on the show. We would love that. T Brady 47 Rodney says, I used to hunt Toho with my uncle back when I was young. Not sure what it looks like now. Wondering if I could get a small skiff around there. And has anybody hunted it lately? I figured I probably knew somebody did. Was thinking about going back and trying it with my brother, although we don't remember much about it where we put in as we were younger. Any help would be appreciated. I live about 2 hours away, just seeing if it's worth the trip.
Yes, it is worth the trip. If you're hunting it, there's a couple things you can hunt there. One is hogs. If you get on the lake, right around the lake, outside of the residential areas, you're allowed to hunt hogs and deer if it's hog and deer season. Pay attention to the area that you're hunting. Make sure you're not hunting on someone's property. There is state land out there, but you got to really pay attention. You can hunt ducks out there. Of course, that's anywhere on the lake with the exception of the lakefront, which is in city limits. Make sure that if you're hunting on Lake Tahoe, you're not hunting near the lakefront. That just so happens where most of the ducks are.
Interesting.
Be very careful.
Smart. They know they're safe.
Yeah, it's just better to stay away from there. Anytime you're hunting a residential neighborhood, remember you have to be 500 feet away from the house or wherever. So get out in the lake. You can get a skiff there because I hunt out there in a canoe. Granada boat ramp is your best place to put in if you're going to do that. It's closer to all the action. Be there early because the boat ramp fills up quick. Now, like I said earlier, we have this big influx of ducks coming in, moving out of the north because the weather's starting to turn there. So we're going to have a late duck season. So be prepared for that. Watch my post. I'm going to put it up there. Locations where I would suggest you hunt, and then you kind of feel from there. So, yeah, it's still great. It's better than ever. I would highly recommend it, and you can take whatever boat you want.
Toho is one of the hot spots in the area, is it not?
It actually is. Yeah, it really is. It's I mean, a lot of vegetation. A lot of things, it's
still remote. It's a large body of water.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. It's 14 miles long. Can't beat it.
Randall from Mount Dora, Florida says, forgive me if this is a silly question, Rodney, but one of my friends and I disagreed. Just looking for the right answer. Is it legal in the state of Florida to use bluegill as bait?
Yes, it is. Oh, is that? I'm sorry.
No, that's it. Is it legal?
Yes, it is legal.
Why would it be illegal?
Some game fish, like you can't hook a bass If it's considered a game fish, you can't hook it to fish. I've reeled in a small bass like this and had a giant bass come up and eat that and my lure and the whole thing, everything. So I wasn't fishing with that bass, but bass will eat other bass, smaller bass.
Okay.
Now, some people throw a cast net to catch bluegill and put it in their bucket and fish with bluegill. You cannot do that. That is illegal. You have to catch your bluegills one at a time on a hook. Now, you can get, there's still a limit, but you're paying fish limit. There's no size limit, and you could fish with those bluegills. Bluegill make phenomenal bass bait. If you're a shiner fisherman and you've never fished with bluegill, man, get your little worm hook, get out there with a cane pole, throw you about 5 or 6 bluegills in, and get ready. Hang on. Remember, that's their staple. Bluegills are their main staple, so definitely give it a try. Hook and line. You have to catch them with a hook and line.
Now, why a cane pole for the? What did you say? Cane
just
pole
easier. Yeah, I mean, or you can use a Zepco or whatever. A lot of people have cane poles just to catch the bluegills.
Just you're dipping them in, and
all you're doing is just
them
dropping that little hook with a worm. You peel it out, put it in your butt. It's just that quick.
Interesting.
Yeah, you're not flipping it or nothing like that. Yeah, so yeah, it's phenomenal bait.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do it.
Well, I got some more questions, but we're going to make them wait till next week. We got some other things we want to get to.
Woo-hoo!
And first from our sponsors.
With 116,000 foreclosures in the state of Florida alone as of January 2014, a quality contractor is critical to the process of returning a foreclosed house back into a home. Let me introduce you to Phillips Contracting Incorporated. They are Florida state certified and an approved REO repair vendor for both Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. PCI currently provides multi-level services to realtors, banks, asset managers, and private homeowners. Although they specialize in dealing with REO property repairs, they are a design-build company.
Here at PCI, we pride ourselves on professional, high-quality work. Our clients know that we're not your typical contractor. We're proud to be reliable, trustworthy partners with you. Our repair coordinators are ready to communicate with you honestly and quickly about every aspect of your project. We're here to say yes to our clients.
Phillips Contracting Services Florida from Orlando to Miami. Whether you're looking for a quote, repair updates, or just want to talk business, give them a call at 941-483-3800.
Gnarly barley, come see why the whole world's singing.
What are you doing?
Dude, I am writing a song for Gnarly Barley.
I see that, but first of all, I didn't realize you could sing. Second of all, why don't you just tell the people how great the Gnarly Barley is, give them the address, and move on with the show?
Dude, have you ever had their flatbread? Their jalapeno flatbread with the cream cheese on top and the chicken and the special sauce on it. Holy moly. No, wait a minute. Obviously, by the look on your face, you ain't never had that big time Fiesta. Jalapenos, provolone cheese, tomatoes, red onions, and again, Fiesta lime.
Okay, that's it. Shut up, Chubb. We're out of here.
Are you serious?
Come on, we're out of here.
Truly one of Orlando's hidden gems, the Gnarly Barley offers a contemporary selection of bites and brews, serving a mind-blowing selection of craft beers and original mouth-watering menu creations. The Gnarly Barley and its incredibly accommodating staff have created a place that really is difficult to put into words. So do yourself a huge favor and come see why people are singing the praises of the Gnarly Barley.
Oh my goodness.
I told you that big time Fiesta.
That is phenomenal. I totally get why you're trying to write a song for that.
Not as simple as you thought, huh?
No. Okay, check this out. Gnarly Barley.
Come see why the whole town's singing Gnarly Barley. That's rude.
Located at 7431 South Orange Avenue in Orlando, Florida.
And we're back, and we're live as live can be. Mike, here's a toast. We're going to toast in the new year. We got 2016 coming.
It's coming, right? Like it or not?
Oh, it's coming. Oh, yeah.
Are you ready?
We're a few short days away. I am. Do you have any resolution? Do you do the resolution thing?
You know, I don't.
I mean,
were
you ever a resolution? I'm like, today's the day.
I think you go through a phase in life where it's you think about it. I mean, it's when you're a little more idealistic in life, I think you think about resolutions, but I think as you get older, it becomes a little more broad than that.
Do you think it's because January 1st is it the start of the new year? You're like, okay, man, it's a new year. I'm shaking off the old. I mean, how come we don't do it in July?
Well,
you know what I mean? Is it the thought of?
I'll retract my statement a little bit. I do use New Year's as a starting over point. As human beings, I think we like a notch. We like that out of the gate time point.
Right.
You know, it's like whenever you want to start something, you don't start it on a Wednesday. You start it on a Monday.
Yeah.
You know,
a starting point.
A starting point in the new week, the beginning of the month. I mean, we like some sort of clapper or check mark that is a solid mark of time to start for. And there's nothing more that the epitome of that than January 1st.
Right.
So I think it is a time to, and again, associated with it is you can't make a resolution or think about what you want to change or differ in the future without reflecting back and thinking about, you know, your fondest memories, your regrets, what you would change. So it's kind of, you're standing on that middle ground of looking back and looking forward.
That cusp of where am I going from here?
So yes, I've got some things in the future that I'm going to reattack.
Okay, me too.
And I think it breaks down into categories.
Yeah,
I think with everybody. But I mean, if you don't have something you want to work on in some area of your life, I mean, that's human. And and it's just a great opportunity. And there may be some people who's just going 90 miles an hour and they're, you know, 40,000 foot executive who's doing this every day of his life. For most of it, it's not. We need to reevaluate and get ourselves back on track.
It's the old adage: do what you've always done, get what you've always got, kind of thing. Is that
sure? Yeah. If you keep doing what you're doing,
so we need a point to reset and start over. Okay, I'm down with that. I agree. I didn't know. That's kind of what I had in mind. Why do people pick this day? Well, we can start our lives over anytime we want. You know, we're grown-ups.
Yeah. Do you have let's start from memories of the past. Do you have memories of 2015? I
do, actually.
All right, let's start. Let's look back before we look forward. You want to do that?
Yeah, let me look back. I've got a list, and I don't do lists very often. So I got a list of things that I learned in 2015.
Things you've learned in 2015.
These are the things I've learned in 2015. And I'm going to do the top 10. I'm going to start at number 10. You ready for this? This is serious. I found out that I want to be somebody different. I want to be Felicia because she seems to always be going somewhere. You know what I'm screaming? Bye, Felicia. You know, that kind of thing. That's what I'm talking. You know, that's what I've learned.
Okay, Felicia.
Yeah.
So we're calling you Felicia Rogers Outdoors?
No, I just want to be.
Oh, you just want to.
I just want to go where she's going.
I'm getting the theme now. I'm on the right page.
Where I'm going?
Got it.
Yeah, she's always going somewhere. And I also learned, number 9, I learned goals. Goals are important. I learned that you don't necessarily have to be a woman to be woman of the year. You know what I'm saying? It gives me something to look forward to.
This is true.
I mean that's some reaching out right there. You know, if someone says you can do it, you can do it, Mike.
Drawing off some current events there. Yes.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Top moment of 2015.
These are like top things that kind of stick in my head.
So you've been inspired.
I have been inspired, Mike. And I also learned that everybody makes mistakes. As a matter of fact, I got an email. Steve Harvey says we won podcast of the year. What?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. That wasn't us. Okay. He got it wrong. Sorry about that.
He is not our favorite any
He's
longer.
Not our favorite guy. And number 7. Are you ready for this one? Deflategate. That taught me something.
Okay.
Cheaters can win. They don't always lose. You know what I'm saying? They don't always lose. Cheaters win too. Just some stuff I'm learning.
Yeah.
See where I'm going?
I see how you're processing it. And just because I'm nodding yes doesn't mean I agree with you.
Well, I'm not saying.
I understand what you're saying. That's all I'm saying.
Sometimes it ain't right, but cheaters win. I'm just saying. And my number 6, I learned.
Your number 6. Okay, good.
Number 6, stay away from pudding. Someone walks up to you and says, "How's about a little pudding?" You know, you want to stay away from the pudding. Get away. No, thank you. I'm good. I just ate, man. You just rub your belly. Man, I'm full. Thank you so much. I just don't want no pudding.
2016 is going to be a great year for you, Rodney. If you learn from these lessons.
If you get mad at us, email us.
You're on the right track.
RodneyRogersOutdoors.com. Number 4. If if you know this one's woo.
Number 4.
Number 4. If you got a sandwich shop, you need a representative. Make sure all he eats is sandwiches. You know what I'm saying?
Oh boy.
So just
Oh, boy.
sandwiches. You're a sandwich guy. Okay. That's number 4. Are you ready for this? Number 3. This is what I learned. It's really blue. It really is blue. The dress is blue, Mike. It'll soak in a minute. The dress is blue. Number 2. Now this one I learned. This is a big deal. Okay. According to Good Morning America, and this is not a hoax, Mark Zuckerberg just announced he's giving away $48 billion. You can stop me at any time here.
No, I want to know about this because I heard. I'm ready to click.
Are you ready?
I like to click on things, Rodney.
I don't know what you may have heard, but he plans on giving 10% away to everybody that reposts this thing right here. Yeah, I learned that. And number 2. No?
Did you click?
I didn't.
Did you click twice for me? Because I like to click.
And my number 1?
Yes.
My absolute number 1. You ready for this one?
Yes.
Yeah. Tape up the mouth before you poke him in the tail.
Oh,
you know?
yes. I'll give you applause on that one.
And there you have it.
Well, I actually did some reaching out myself for people's favorite memories. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Since we're on going down this rat hole.
Disastrous road of
series of 2015. You ready? Here's some of the top answers. I've weeded these out.
Okay.
So it won't get long, so we can move on to the future. What was that?
Lay it on me.
Okay. This guy says, finally getting to, my favorite memory was finally getting to Healy, my daughter.
Healy?
You don't know what Healy is?
No.
It's those little sneakers with the wheels on.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
This was Eduardo's favorite memory.
I got you.
Best memory of 2015, being carried away by that large bird. It was scary at first, but if it hadn't happened, I never would have met my husband, who was also a large bird. Best memory of 2015. Doug says that one burrito.
The one burrito.
Yeah, that one burrito.
Oh, I see. We got I got you. Here we go.
Move on. Yeah. This guy, Bert's best memory was seeing Chappie at the movie theater. It was so good. Have you seen Chappie? It's a movie. There's a robot in it named Chappie. Also, Sigourney Weaver's in it. She doesn't play Chappie. Chappie's a robot, like I said earlier. Chappie.
Chappie.
Yeah. Okay. This one
Okay.
actually meant a lot to me because I can relate to this.
Yeah.
I flipped a quarter into the air at Starbucks and it landed right on top of some bald dude's head. Oh man, was I dying. It was just sitting there. He got up to use the bathroom, and when he came back, it was still there. Best day of my life. I'll never forget it.
That is awesome.
I mean, some of these people had great 2000s.
I found a quarter on my head the other day. I thought.
That took you back to a moment, right? You're like,
yeah.
All right. Rhonda's best memory, petting 7 cats in a single day.
That's a good memory.
And this was my favorite, actually. I dropped a hot pocket, but caught it before it hit the ground.
Whew. And he held it. That's the amazing thing. Here, ready?
I think we just go home right now.
So we're moving forward.
Thank goodness.
Let's move forward, Mike. Ta-da.
We've done
99 shows.
99 shows. Split the difference. We're about 45 in the 2015.
Man, I should have been on top. We've done 99 shows.
No.
Nope. Don't do it, Rodney.
Nope. Keep moving.
Keep
looking forward.
Forward, Mike.
Moving forward.
99 shows and
yes, and here we are.
Here we are. Here. So check this out. That is champagne. Man, that's good champagne. I'm a big champagne guy. That's pretty good. So, Mike, moving forward, where do you think we're going with this thing? I mean, what are we doing this? What's your overall? You think we're moving in the right direction?
What are you talking about?
The show. You know, we do this show called.
I've heard of it.
We have an outdoor show.
Oh,
here, let me.
Are we talking resolutions? Or are we talking
no resolutions?
Pre-production for the show now.
Just a 1 minute synopsis of how you feel about the show. We'll see. We'll go serious for a minute.
For reals. Okay,
Yeah,
let's
for
talk
real.
serious.
No, for real.
I'm always looking for opportunities to improve.
Okay.
I always want to make sure that what we're putting into the show is moving us towards our mission statement or what we believe we're doing this for in the first place.
Absolutely.
So that we have purpose, so it's not just us getting together. And because I love doing this with you.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the key to our success is providing something for people to come to learn, be entertained, educate, engage,
Absolutely,
and lift other people up. I think that's
elevate,
that's what we do. And the more we can interact all of those things, the more we'll be able to continue to do this.
I like it
successfully.
Yeah, and I'm going to put in my 1 minute. You came up with the 4 E's: the elevate, educate,
engage, and
entertain, and I think the elevate. You've said it best, and we're starting to do that. We're pulling people in to us, and that's the key. People are starting to grab us and starting to pay attention, and I think so. My goal for this year is not really a resolution, and I think it's been mine and your goal to pull as many people in as we can. And I've kind of set some goals in my head, and I'm drawing up a plan that I'll go over with you at some point in the next couple of weeks and go, Mike, here's what I want to do. So I'm just going to use my every waking moment to shoot this thing as far and as high as we can shoot it. And of course, with mine and your communication, a lot of times you bring me down to earth, and and vice versa. When we're headed on a different path, when you and I do our gnarly barley meets, I mean, it kind of brings us back together and realizes why we started this whole thing, because it's easy to get railroaded. So my goal is to bring it back on path. We're headed in the right direction. I mean, the first year camping trip we had 7 people. The second year we had 30 people. So it's growing. And who knows what we got planned this year. So we'll plan something every waking moment, and we'll just engage, the whole engagement thing. Yep. And I think we got a lot to learn this year. I think we've learned a lot already in 99 shows.
Yeah.
We've got 100 coming up. I think it's a big milestone.
Yep.
That's like you said, we've dedicated, 100 hours, 100 plus hours, because, we're early. We
easy.
Not counting all the other stuff. And I think we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Good. Yeah, I'm excited for the new year. I think we're going to have, from a technical standpoint, I think this will be one of our last shows. We're actually only running 1 camera in here. I think we're going to do a 2 or 3 camera shoot in here, hopefully starting with the gnarly barley next week. But I think technically it's going to look better. It's going to we're working on some bandwidth issues with the Bright House here, and so maybe we look a little better than Mario Brothers. Pixelated.
I wish I had some Mario Brothers sound effects. We can
popping and stuff. That is definitely not Mario Brothers. So nailed it.
You're going to take these away.
You nailed it. Not
I might as
nailed
well.
it. Not.
If I'm getting them taken away, I might as well fire them off.
So, do you have any resolutions? Things you want to think about the new year?
I'll tell you what. Here's my resolution for the year, and it's not because it's January the 1st. You and I have talked about this. I am way out of shape. For a 47-year-old man, for those, I know I look 20. I know 20. Believe me, but I'm 47. I'm still as energetic as I ever was, but I'm a little overweight. You know what I mean? I've gained weight over the past 8-9 months. Probably 25 pounds. And at this rate, I want to be able to, push our show forward. So I'm going to have to lose that 25 pounds and get back to that tree swinging weight, what I call tree swinging weight. I'm able to jump in and swim 100 yards and do these things. So I got some work to do on myself. So that's not necessarily my resolution, but I guess it is a resolution.
You know what? I guess you call it what you will. It's a goal. It's something I'm focused on, and you're gonna. Again, January 1, the New Year's a great time to start. I'm definitely taking the same approach and I'm not going to pull any punches. I'm 50 pounds overweight.
Right.
I have literally in the last year put on 50 pounds. I'm back up to 225. I don't even think I can legally ride a horse anymore. I think I've been.
Well, it's a big horse.
I think 225. They cut you off. So I need to get. My plan is, I've got some shoulder surgeries come up in the springtime. I want to drop the weight before I get there because I want to that summer be in fairly decent shape. So I plan on by April and May being down 40 or 50 pounds. That's my plan.
Right.
And I'm not going to you're not going to see me in the gym January 1st. I'm not going to be, but I am going to make some immediate change. I plan on taking bite-sized chunks, rolling into the new year. The eating habits will change. I'll start walking in the morning. I'm going to progress up to it. I'm not going to go full bore. I'm going to set some bite-sized, achievable chunks.
Yeah.
But hopefully come February, I'll be in a groove. start the metabolism, be back in the gym regularly, and
yeah. But you've always been real good about the diets, and the diet is the key. Right now we're railroading our diet. I mean, we don't have a diet.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's a seafood diet. With seafood, we eat it.
The problem is with me, it's all or nothing.
Yeah.
If I have troubles if I get out of the routine of going to the gym. If I could maintain the discipline on the eating habits,
right,
I would not have an issue.
Oh yeah,
but I don't. I throw caution to the wind and I turn the train around and head it back up the tracks. You know,
Yeah.
and if I could, that's where I fall down.
Yeah. Oh
You know,
yeah,
if I
that,
could- if
that's
I can
me.
maintain that.
Me, it's a matter of convenience. I mean, you know, for me, if I cook, I gotta, you know, I'm like, okay, I gotta cook for this. So I went to Sam's the other day and I bought all the fish and stuff that I like, you know, seafood, you know, those kind of things, and I just started slowly getting back into my fish diet.
Yeah.
Not to lose weight, just because I know
Sure.
cheeseburgers are fish. If they made a fish cheeseburger, I'm that guy. You know what I'm saying? Put some Swiss cheese on it, some fish. I don't even know what that would taste like. But yeah, so yeah, that's my goal. We got a question over there?
Jason Bulldog 5050. I'm afraid to say last names. I don't want to make.
Yeah.
Says he's with you on the weight loss. He'll do it with us. So.
Oh, Jason Bulldog 5050.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the name?
No, I don't. Jason. I know a bunch of Jasons. Jason Bulldog 5050.
I'm sure I didn't want to say names because I haven't quite figured out this whole. I don't want to get people suing me for.
Yeah. Can we get sued?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
You can. I don't know if I can. I'm trying to
If you're
protect
gonna
you.
sue me, Mike at Rodney.
Here's a couple things that I would like to do in the new year.
Okay.
Not resolutions. I just started throwing random thoughts, things,
Right.
because there's health, there's physical, there's mental, there's social goals.
Right.
You know, there's what is it? Social, mental, physical, spiritual, and something all another all. There's but there's different ways. But here's one. Here's one of my goals for this week. And goal is, I guess, not a resolution, but I'd like to go fishing with Rodney Rogers without a camera in my hand. That's one thing. That's a check mark I want to do.
I want to do that too.
Okay.
Just you and I, no cameras. That's going
So we
to be top on our list.
Nothing to accomplish, just to go and enjoy that time.
Yes.
You know, chit chat. That's one thing. My weights on here. I want to shoot my gun again this year. One more round.
Yes.
You know, I've got some outdoor goals that I want to do.
I almost bought you a holster for your gun for Christmas.
Really?
I did. And I couldn't remember what model you had. And I'm like, we're just going to, because from now on, when you and I are out doing our fishing thing, we're going to carry our sidearms. It's perfectly legal and we're going to do it.
But I almost thought about it'd be interesting to make a calendar January through December and divide these things up into like almost monthly goals or attention spans.
So we have it by the end of that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? By January, I want to accomplish this. I want to get my diet on track.
Right.
By the end of February, I want to be back in the gym regularly. By March, I want to be by June, I want to be shooting my gun.
And that gives you that day of finality. Is that a word? Finality? When it's final.
Yeah.
I've got to be in here.
No, exactly. And it's on the books. Like we said, if you want to do something, put it on the calendar and you'll get it done. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to see my parents more often. You know, they live 3 miles down the street. I don't see them enough. I want to date my wife more. You know, my wife and I hang out a lot, but we don't date as much as we need to. You know, we went on a date last month, and it was one of the best days I can remember in a long time.
I remember you telling me about that.
I want to engage my daughter more. You know, time's going, and you know, people are passing. You know, passing by like, trains in the night, and I want to engage life a little bit more.
Yeah. Stop.
Yeah.
Look around. Yeah, that's me. I think now I've moved into a job where I can slow down, because you know me. The last 5 years it's been 100% go. So yeah, I definitely want to pull it down a little bit and start. You know, I got family that I rarely spend time with. I want to spend more time at events. Yeah, kind of like that. I mean, I'm that's me. Hey, here's to that. May that keep happening.
I think the biggest thing for me is I want to work. We spend so much time talking about what we want to accomplish rather than being the people that we want to be.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
And I think the word for me in 2016 to kind of try to keep me focused is congruity.
Now that's a conjunction.
You know, when our beliefs aren't synchronous or in line with our actions.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
There's incongruity in your life. And I think that is a built-in strife and stress that you can't overcome.
Yeah.
If you're saying you believe one thing but this is a process. You have to first of all stop and really think what it is, what guides you, what's your motives, what do you believe, what's your core values?
Yeah.
And wrap your head around that.
And don't sit on it.
Yeah, and don't sit on it. You
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
You can't. So if your actions that you're following on a day-to-day basis starting January 1st and ending December 31st, if they're not congruent with your core values and your thought process and what you're thinking and your beliefs,
then you're not going to be
you're all out of whack.
Yeah, exactly.
You're all out of whack. And a big part of me for that is the spiritual side of life. Quite honestly, I want to be more of the spiritual leader in my home.
Right.
And I know that's talking from the heart.
Yep.
I think that's one thing that I have let slack in my marriage and my life, and that's at the top of my list for 2016. And it goes back to those core values, spending time in my own heart, my own mind, realizing what's important, having my actions follow those values, and developing that congruency in my daily life.
My goal for tonight is I want you to text me the word congruent, because I am in love with that word. That is a sexy word.
It is.
The congruency.
I think it's important. And I think a lot of times if you find you're having some weirdness in your day and in how you're trying to attack a problem or a solution, think about that.
Yeah.
I remember telling my daughter growing up, we know what's right.
Yeah.
You think about it. If you ask yourself what's the right answer, you can answer that question.
Oh yeah. Every time.
You know.
Yeah.
Doing it, applying it, that's where we go. We take a left turn.
Yeah. And the reason is we're not true to ourselves. When you ask that question
that's exactly right.
to yourself, you're not true to yourself. And you often take that.
And if you don't stop and you have to take the time and think about it and stop in your own heart and mind and decide what those values are or who you are, who you want to be, the person you want to be, not what you want to accomplish. Right. Everything else will follow.
No, yeah, exactly.
Figure out the person you want to be. You say, well, don't lie because you don't want to be a liar. No, you don't want to because I don't want to be that person.
Right.
I don't want to be the person that lies.
Yeah.
It's not that I want to lie to you. I don't want to be that person.
Yeah.
Who's,
–
deceiving and because that's you. You
Did
carry that with you.
We just get deep on.
I don't know what's going on here, Rodney.
Man, we got deep, man. Here. I had to play my goal.
Yeah. Strike up the big band, Rodney. Woo! There's good times ahead. 2016's coming, the Gnarly Barley. I don't know what's going to happen next week because we're going to be broadcasting live from a remote area. We've never done that before.
This will be our first. It would be a lot of firsts for us.
It's going to. It may crash and burn, and I tell you what, the only way to really guarantee what's going to go on that night is to be there.
Hey, and I'm going to be there. I recommend you be there, and bring all your friends. The food is amazing.
Yeah.
The food, and they got a new menu up. Mike, what?
Yeah, if you've never been there, this won't be the first time. I promise you.
Yeah, you'll be hooked.
Yeah,
their turkey, bacon, their BLTT, their bacon, lettuce.
That's tomatoes. A week from tonight,
What's that now?
That's a week from tonight,
It's a week. We'll be in the next year doing our first show, our first live broadcast from a remote location, meeting a lot of people for the first time.
Yeah.
Before first things. I'll think of something here in a minute. I'm going to get a tattoo across my chest, congruency, right here. So when I rip off my chest, it's going to be over the big S.
That's perfect.
Getting congruent.
Let's just do a hair removal thing.
Well, I don't really have hair.
Okay, never mind then.
It's all, I'm Indian. We ain't got no hair.
Well, that being said, Rodney, it's been a blast 2015. Mike, I'm looking forward to another 365 days with
I
fun
thank you
excitement.
For every minute you spend with me being who I am, man. I really do. So we'll leave 2015. You guys are way better to me than you probably should be.
Here's to you, my friend.
Here's to you, my man. Let me get my last hit.
All right, buddy.
Hang out with us on January 5th. We are excited to have you. And as my mama said 18 million times, at least, and I pray I get to say it half as much as she did, you kids get outside and stay.